You think you're making your own decisions, but for most of us, we're actually running on the default settings our parents installed 20 years ago. If you find yourself reacting to stress, handling money, or even approaching relationship exactly like the people who raised you, even the parts you swore that you never repeat, it's because you haven't overwritten the code that was installed. Today is day 4 of our series, and we're talking about why where you came from shaped you, but it doesn't have to sentence you. You do not have to be loyal to a belief system that is no longer serving you. You are free to let it go. Think about it. Your childhood was essentially an 18 years training camp. How your parents handled a surprise bill, that became your template for financial anxiety. How they handled a disagreement became your reflex for conflict. And the thing is, these things feel like this is just who I am, but they are not. They are programming. And the most powerful thing you can do for your future is to realize that programming can be rewritten. They are not set in stone. And I know they look like they are set in stone, but trust me, baby, programming can be rewritten. You are not a finished product. You are a work in progress that has been handed a set of old, outdated tools, and you are allowed to trade them for a new set of tools that can help you move forward and live a fulfilling life. I personally had to learn this the hard way when it came to people pleasing and setting boundaries. Yeah, I grew up thinking that being a good person means being a doormat and saying no means you're difficult. I carried that default setting into life, into my friendship with people, into my business, and into a lot of things I do. And for years, it left me burnt out and resentful. I had to intentionally unlearn it. I had to tell myself, madam, if you want to go forward, you gotta remove it. It's not helping you, it's not working. I had to intentionally remove it. It felt like a betrayal of my upbringing at first. It felt like I was acting out. Who do you really think you are? But I realized that I can love the people who raised me and still choose not to inherit the belief system that they gave to me unconsciously. Because honestly speaking, your parents will wake up one day and they're like, how can I possibly punish this child? It's what they knew that they will pass down to you. But you have to understand that, oh yeah, I love them, but this thing is not helping me. As much as I love them, I can choose not to inherit this belief system. I can choose not to inherit this limitation. That's it. Choosing a different path didn't make me bad. It actually made me free from expectations that were not mine to keep. Let nobody lie to you. Generational patterns are real. You know the one that is in your family. Poverty, emotional instability, fear, small-mindedness, local champion. They are real. These things, they travel to family like a relay race. But at some point, a grown adult has to look at the baton and say, it stops with me. So far have you come, no further would you go. Like, I'm tired. I'm fed up. I've had it up to here. Someone has to be the one to break the cycle. Someone has to be the one to have a healthy marriage. Someone has to be the person to be financially free. And why shouldn't that person be you? Why? You were not born to be a carbon copy of your past. You were born to be a pioneer for your future. Let that sink in. You were not born to be a carbon copy of your past. You were born to be a pioneer for your future. Think of a plant. The roots are what give it life. But if that plant decides that, oh, I'm just going to look at my roots, that plant will die. And it will defeat the purpose because the root is meant to give its life. But when it gives its life, that plant is meant to grow. It's not meant to be so tethered to its roots that it cannot see the possibility of growing. Yes, growth is the only way to honor the opportunity that you've been given. You can be grateful for where you came from and still choose to go somewhere they never could. Like, they shouldn't even be happy because somebody decides to say, you know what, okay, I know that this is how people are doing things here, but I decide I want to break past this limits. That is not disrespect. In fact, that is the ultimate form of success. So I want you to know that your origin is not your ending. And Israel is full of people that came from absolutely nothing. In fact, they came from abuse, from neglect, but they went on to build extraordinary life. Not because circumstances were easy, but because they decided. They decided and they refused to let their origin write their conclusion. The story of your beginning is not the story of your life unless you close the book before you finish writing it. So I want to leave you with one question today. What pattern from your upbringing are you still unconsciously repeating and you're ready to stop? Put put it in the comment section and I will be there replying, because I know how hard these things can be. So thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. Tomorrow is day 5, and day 5 is going to sting a little. I said a little. We're going to be talking about the story you keep telling about your life, the one you've repeated so many times that it feels like the truth, and why that story might be the only thing standing in your way. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the subscribe button, share to your friends, and like the video so you can reach a lot of people. Yeah, what other things you need to do? Do everything you need to do to make sure that this content gets to the right people. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.